The North will be the poorest nation on the surface of this earth if Nigeria should divide. Nigeria is a country blessed with many ethnic groups, diverse culture and tradition. However, the country is estimated to be around 200 million people who occupies the six geopolitical regions of the country. Nevertheless, there have been calls for a breakup by the southern part of the country, although initially there was a war in this regard which will never be forgotten in the history of Nigerians, as so many lives and properties were lost. Subsequently, in spite of the war for division, Nigeria has still not been divided. It is therefore a no-need situation for a country at this age to start fighting for a breakup. There are reasons why Nigeria must not break up. One, if Nigeria breaks up, the pedigree of the country will be no more. Nigeria will no longer be regarded as the giant of Africa. Two, the effort of our past leaders to build a better Nigeria will be regarded as useless. Three, one side will be of more benefit than the other. Note, did you know that the northern part of Nigeria will be a country on its own if Nigeria divides? According to UNICEF, will be the poorest nation on the face of the earth. This will be a very bad nightmare to our northern brothers and sisters if Nigeria breaks up because they depend solely on the south for existence. Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sanusi II, asserted in Kaduna some years back that if Nigeria were to be divided, two states, Borno and Yobe, would be the poorest place in the world. He further explained that the northeast region, despite making up a significant population of the country, remains the poorest in all aspects. He was quoted saying, "Look at the human development indices. Look at the number of children out of schools. Look at adult literacy. Look at material mortality. Look at infant mortality. Look at income per capita. The northeast and the northwest Nigeria are among the poorest parts of the world. However, the northern parts have been ruling the country in all aspects too, but unfortunately, it's still remaining the poorest. In this regard, every Nigerian should say a no to disunity, as it is obvious our beautiful country depends on all the geopolitical region for its betterment. Judiciously, as a good people in Nigeria, as Christians, as a good fearing people, it will be an absolute wickedness to our northern brothers when we know they need the south. Help a brother, help northerners. A northern country without the south will worsen than the plagues in Yemen. Thank you for listening to this news. This is funny. I will say that it should come to pass. No, see, these northerners, they don't deserve any single sympathy. I understand where the writer is heading to. It is good, yes, to be sympathetic, but not to these northerners because they are very wicked and greedy. Okay, let's look at this area of power. Since the independence of Nigeria, after the fight or the actualization the fight the after the Biafran War, who which of this region have been in power? Which of the regions? Has it not been the Westerners and the Northerners? Have they not been the one fighting and struggling for power seats? Have you ever seen them say that it is the turn of the Easterners? please, someone should just cut it off, cut that scrap, because it can never happen. Enough is enough. Let them face whatever they want to face. Despite all the embezzlement, despite all the political positions they occupy, yet they still remain the poor country that they are. Nobody is asking them of that. Let them take. Have you ever seen the eastern the southeast struggle for any political seat with them? Let them continue. The southeast, what the southeast wants is Biafra. They are not ready to continue the rerunning of this country this with this region, because they have so much abused the country. Yes, Nigeria is a name given to by someone. I am saying now, but then the name has been polluted by the leaders of this country. So to the best way is to stay away from these people. Be let them be on their own. Let them experience that 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 let them experience their own leadership. Let everyone be on his own. The Biafrans are not, and they are not even after any political seat any longer. It has been, um, yes, they were in need of it then, but not now any longer. What they are agitating for now is freedom, their own republic, and it has been actualized already, just waiting for a pronouncement. So getting and mapping out these points and giving reasons why Nigerians should still remain together is of no use to the Biafrans. It's of no use to the Igbos, because the Igbos have smelled hell. They have, in fact, they have suffered. The suffering the Igbos have experienced is more than the point you have just listed now, because these people, when they really, if they really want to deal with you, they will deal with you without looking back. So I'm not a Biafran, but it pains me so much seeing these people being intimidated unjustly. The way the northerners and the westerners treat the southeast people. Oh my God. Okay, look at this period of pandemic. These people, the northern region and the western region were remembered, but the eastern region were not remembered, and they have to give them reasons why they are not remembered. They stated it. They said it. Is it Mrs. Farouk? One of the ministers said that the eastern people will not be given any palliatives since they are in support of Biafran. You can see the statement. So since they know that the eastern people are already pursuing Biafran, then let everyone let them be, let them keep their palliatives. The southeast are very much okay. Even the ones they have given them, the ones their brothers in abroad have sent for them, is even so much, it's even too much that they have enough to themselves and enough to give out to other people who don't have. Do you understand? So let the Nigerian government keep their palliatives. Let them keep their palliatives. They should still give it out to people that are in need of it. This the southeast are not in need of it. They don't need it. They don't need it. So you can see, when it's time for gaining something from when it is time for gaining, that is when you start seeing these people taking the front line. Okay, see this period of you can see that the 2023 election is around the corner. You can see how they have started passing the seats to themselves. This one said is a west, this one said is a north. Have you ever heard anyone say is going to the east? Please, let's just call that off. If the country want to develop, divide and let everyone have its space. So, my viewers, what's your take on this news? Please don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell button